What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood Web-Warrior Fanatic, and I was on the Marvel Champions subreddit, and I just saw this post right here, and I kind of related to this post. So this is talking about when was the last time that we had no release date slash card previews for unreleased content. And if you guys don't know what this is referring to, this is referring to Fear No Evil. We know that we're getting Daredevil in Marvel Champions this summer, and the newest hero packs have already came out, like Wonder Man and Hercules, but we don't have like the preview article, teasing Daredevil, Fear No Evil, like the box with Kingpin, Echo, any of that stuff, and it feels kind of sad, I guess, is I guess the best way to describe that, because in Marvel Champions usually they drop a preview article for the next like product before the last product releases, right? So normally before Hercules and Wonder Man would actually like, hit the release date, we would get something talking about the next box, like the Daredevil box in this example. And yeah, that's kind of been the case with Marvel Champions. So in my I did a prediction live stream with you guys talking about when we would get that preview article, and I predicted, and with the chat, we predicted that we would be getting it, the week before Wonder Man and Hercules came out, because it would be weird to come out for the article to come out, when Hercules and Wonder Man comes out. So I was wrong in that prediction. The article for Daredevil did not come out the week before. It didn't come out the week during, and it didn't come out the week after. Will it come out this week? I really hope so. But okay, so I'm gonna read this person's post here. So they understand that we have the release schedule in very general terms. So we have like this timeline for Marvel Champions for 2026, showing everything that's gonna be releasing throughout the year. But we haven't seen the actual news, the news post announcing Fear No Evil, which is the Daredevil box. Just for some context, it seems these news posts show up, 3 to 5 months before the release, and this leads me to suspect that we will see Fear No Evil in June, which matches up with summer. So it was, announced to be released in summer. In case you're curious, the average days between releases has been 52 days since the core set dropped. That's ticked up to 77 over the last 4 years. So I think that they mean like, maybe in the previous, like before last 4 years, so like the first 2 years of Marvel Champions lifespan, it's been 52, days. It's like the average day between like between releases, right? And now the average is 77. And it's going over the longest gaps between releases. So shout out to this poster right here, ATXRSK, because they did the calculations for us. So the Gambit and Rogue hero packs, whenever this released, this was during the Immune Genesis wave here. I'm on Hall of Heroes. So these were the hero packs for Immune Genesis. And then the Gambit and Rogue hero packs released together. And the next thing to release was Next Evolution. And they're saying that the gap between Gambit and Rogue's release to Next Evolution was 175 days. That's pretty insane. And this is actually whenever I first started playing Marvel Champs, like directly in between this time. Because so I didn't really care about like the new releases because I was just playing all the old content. Well, I was just playing Peter Parker Spider-Man from the core set. But I remember that whenever I started playing, that Next Evolution was like announced, and I was like, okay, that's cool, but I'm just focusing on Spider-Man right now. And I remember Villain Theory specifically made a video about Next Evolution in Cable. So yeah, that was interesting to see for sure. But 175 days is insane because the average was 52 days in like the beginning of the game. And then they're saying for the next one here is Deadpool to Age of Apocalypse. So let's look here for Hall of Heroes. So I remember when our Deadpool came out, I was super duper hyped for the pool aspect. So Deadpool came out here, and then the next product was the new big box expansion, Age of Apocalypse, and that was 133 days. And then here, so it's cool to see that it's like kind of decreasing here. So Magneto to Agents of Shield. So Magneto ended out the Age of Apocalypse wave, the Mutant Trilogy. So after the Magneto Hero Pack came out, we got Agents of Shield. 112 days later. That's like a third of a year, which is pretty crazy to think about. And then here, what is this? Okay, so this is like the gaps between Storm Wolverine to Gambit and Rogue. Is that 105 days? So normally I would assume that it's like, the tail ends of a wave, like the last two packs. And then the next, big box is like a big gap, right? Because it's kind of like a break, like ending a wave. But they're saying that the Storm and Wolverine packs right here to Gambit and Rogue, right? So these two released at the same time, Wolverine and Storm. and then to Gambit Rogue, which released at the same time, was 105 days. So I'm a little bit surprised to see that in between, like, you know, four different packs within the same wave, right? That Mune Genesis wave, the first wave of Munes. I think this is kind of like the normal trend now for Marvel Champs, and basically the trend since I've been playing Marvel Champions. And this is, I mean, I like to see that this is kind of ticking down, right? So I think these are similar. This one's kind of an outlier. But basically, between the last Heroes of a wave to the next big box expansion, it was 175 days. Then it dropped down to 133 days, and then 112 days. And I would like to see, let me see here. So we can actually do the math ourselves because I believe Hall of Heroes is awesome. They show all the information that we want here. So this one's a little bit different. So we have Bucky here, who released on June 20th, 2025. And then we have Trickster Takeover on August 15th. So that was 2 months afterwards. And then when did Civil War come out? Civil War is the big box that came out October 17th. So June to October, that's about from Winter Soldier last packs to October for Civil War. That's about 4 months. So that's about 120 days. Okay. So still a decent amount of time, like, between the last hero to be released and the new box. However, Trickster Takeover is actually the last product. So I think the time between that was what, August to October? Because Trickster Takeover came out in August. So that's only 2 months. So that's like 60 days. So that's definitely not bad at all. I think definitely having the scenario pack there, like in between the last wave of heroes and then like the new wave for the big box expansion, I think that's pretty nice. And it makes it feel like, it's not as bad. So yeah, and then here for Fear No Evil, this may be the longest, right? Could this be the longest? Okay, let's see here. Wonder Man and Hercules. These guys released February 20th, 2025. If it comes out in the summer, when are people thinking that Fear No Evil will come out? They say that normally here it shows up 3 to 5 months before the release is whenever the new post comes out. Summer is what, guys? Like May, June? So about maybe 3 months. Okay, maybe it's not the worst. It could be like around 100 days. So I think it's definitely not going to be 175 days, right? So, it's actually not, it's kind of in line with what we've seen, I guess. Yeah, so I think it's not that bad. And we're getting a lot during the wave as well, right? Because we're getting a scenario pack and we're going to get the full 6 heroes, unlike the Civil War wave, which had a little bit less. But yeah, I don't know. This definitely does feel like, I mean, because I got my prediction wrong, in particular. So I was like, oh man, like, because I thought we would be getting the new article announcement a little bit earlier. Hopefully we get it this week. But how are you guys feeling about that? That, I think a lot of people expected every single week for us to be getting the article, and we still have not gotten it. I did watch Fantasy Flight Games' latest live stream for Marvel Champions, and they did mention that we will be getting an article soon. Was their exact words? They said soon. So we don't know if it's a few weeks, a few days, or like a month or two, but soon is what we can take here. And let me read the comments here on this post. So huge shots to Menom. He's actually one of my channel members. FFG is focusing on the new Arkham rollout for March and April. So I would expect to see or hear Fear No Evil content through April for a May release. Okay, it's a fair old wait, but as someone in both games, it's been the same complaint on both sides, whilst everything is being restructured. Yeah, definitely we gotta give them some grace here for the restructuring period right now, especially for Arkham. Oops, I accidentally closed the comment there. But yeah, I don't play Arkham at all. I don't really know too much about the community or anything. And I see in D20 Woodworking's videos, he talks about how like the Arkham community is kind of like, um, in a fit right now because it's kind of like a bad time for them. I'm not entirely sure. But from the outside looking in, because I'm not part of the Arkham community, so I could be wrong. But just from the outside looking in, I would personally say it looks amazing for Arkham players, and I am super duper jealous of Arkham players right now. So this is Fantasy Flight Games website here, and you guys can see all of the articles. It's all freaking Arkham horror stuff, and I mean I'm happy for Arkham players. So like we have Marvel Champs right here for Wonder Man, but this is Arkham, this is Arkham, this is Arkham, this is a game I don't know. I can't even pronounce that word. This is Arkham. This is oh, this is just announced on live stream, so that's like not really anything. And this is Arkham as well. So it's like I get that they released a new core set, so I understand why they have to do a lot for Arkham. But I feel like even before the core set, I feel like last year they did like this thing. It's called like I could be getting this wrong. I feel like they did something called Arkham Week, and it had like a countdown for Arkham. I don't know. I'm very jealous of Arkham right now. I feel like Arkham's getting so many nice things and they're getting so much new news, so many articles, and Marvel Champions, we can't get an article since like what? When was the last time we got an article? Was it the Hercules and Waterman articles? Like last year? We haven't gotten an article this year for sure because I've been waiting for this article. So yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel as Marvel Champions players? And if you do play Arkham as well, let me know down in the comments. Let me see if there's any other comments here. I'm still making my way through the shoot and Civil War waves, so I'm fine with these periodic breaks. My wallet is too. Yeah, I've seen this sentiment a lot in the community as well, like in my comments from you guys. Yeah, I mean, like whenever before I was a content creator, I think I was like definitely chilling, like I was doing this as well. But I don't know, I definitely became more hyped for the game as I started making videos for the game, and now I just want new content all the time. But yeah, I could definitely understand, the perspective of just making your way through the content. I still feel like I went pretty slow even after becoming a content creator. Like it took me over a year, I think, to play all the heroes and all the scenarios. So it's a pretty long journey to get through everything March Games, especially even now that there's even more heroes and more everything. So yeah, I feel like the majority of people are gonna agree with this here, right? Like, ah, it's fine. We don't need new stuff, but guys, it's Daredevil. Like, come on, you gotta be hyped for Daredevil. Like, we need this Daredevil thing immediately, and then we can kind of show after that. But like, we gotta see Daredevil. Um, so this person started collecting during the big X-Men slowdown. I probably wouldn't have even tried it if I knew how atypical that was. Um, we would be at one box, six heroes, one scenario this year. Average about 20 a month, which I can do. Oh, so they did the math too of like how much everything will cost. So this year, they're saying we'll get one box, six hero packs because we're getting two more heroes in Daredevil and Echo in the box, right? So six heroes this wave or this year is going to be the four defenders and then Wonder Man and Hercules for the six, right? And then one scenario pack. So yeah, I don't know. Like I've said this multiple times. I really want to go back to the days before I started playing where we got two full waves in 1 year. Because since I've been playing, we haven't gotten that. But people are telling me in the comments whenever I say that, hey, it's not that bad. I've been playing since the beginning, and one box and like some heroes in a year is not too bad either. I wish we could do a poll here on this video to see what you guys are thinking about that. But I definitely want more. I want Daredevil right now. Um, Okay, I think I vibe with this comment here. As someone who's played since release, I have not played since release, but they're saying this is agony. I kind of feel that right now too. I also play Arkham Horror and Star Wars Unlimited, and to see both those games get all these announcements and spoilers from Fantasy Flight Games, only to have nothing for Marvel Champions, friggin' sucks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it sucks. Maybe like, this is like, my mentality here is kind of spoiled of like wanting stuff from Marvel Champions. But it would be really cool. It would just be better. I'm not gonna say it sucks, but it would be very awesome, I guess. I resort to making my own content based off a superhero show I was designing for fun. Okay, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I think this person's probably played more than me. I still even haven't like cleared through all the modules in the game, so I definitely want to like get through all the modules as well. I played all the heroes, played all the villains, played a lot of modules, but still have a lot more to go. And I still have to play the campaigns as well, right? I think I've only done like Galaxy's Most Wanted, Sinister Motives, and then like the newer ones like Age of Apocalypse and Agents of Shield. But I haven't done like those older campaigns, so I definitely want to go back and do those campaigns as well. Um, so yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. What are you guys feeling? Are you guys feeling like, man, I wish we get more stuff from our champions? When is the arc going to come out? Or you guys are chilling? It's like, it's okay. I have so much content. I mean, to be fair, Marvel Champions does have so much content in the game right now. I think is there 60 heroes now, or maybe even over 60 heroes? And then there's like so many scenarios as well. So we definitely, I mean, I know because when I do tier lists, those are like a pain to make now because they're so long. Like the video is so long because I got to talk about every single hero or talk about every single scenario, and yeah, it's definitely a lot now. But I am definitely not going to complain if we get more, especially if we're getting Daredevil and Defenders. So, all right, guys, that's just a short video here. Just wanted to because I thought this was super interesting, so I just want to share this with you guys. So, shouts to ATXRSK doing the math here for us of the of the release dates. But actually, after actually doing this video right now, I feel like it's not that bad because I feel like we're probably going to be getting Fear No Evil like less than all these breaks, right? It's going to be seems like around 3 to 4 months, so maybe it'll be like around this amount of a difference in days, but definitely way less than this. So I'm glad we're not back to this with 175 days for a wait between the two, like the last product and the newest product. So I don't think it's gonna be this because it's gonna be out in the summer. But still waiting for the article, hoping that we get it this Thursday, guys. So yeah, let me know down in the comments as well. Do you think we're getting the article this Thursday? And yeah, I hope you guys all like this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.